The Opinion with Michael J. As you folks know, or should know, it's January 9, 2025 now. January 20th, 2025. The deal made behind closed doors with Putin and President-elect Trump, President-elect Trump, will start falling into place. You've probably heard a few snippets of it slip out. Like, surprisingly enough, the Russia-Ukraine deal that would only take 24 hours just did not come into play. But surprisingly enough, we got a push for nationalist ambitions on the part of Donald Trump with Panama Canal, Greenland to the far north, and Canada. And just came out of the blue. But you should not be surprised, because Trump, Elon Musk, and Putin from Mar-a-Lago have been planning this for a long time. Actually, prior to 2016. But this is Trump Part 2. This is where everything starts coming together for everybody. And this is why you see these surprise pivots with Panama Canal, Greenland, and Canada. So, good luck to the Russo, the Russo American Empire. Who would ever thought? The Russo American Empire. Like, you worried about communists back 60 years ago, and then Russia invading. Who would have thought your president does a deal with the president of the Russian cabal? Organized crime with Russia met organized crime in North America. Well, the thing is, you shouldn't be surprised, because Trump's been laundering money for Yeltsin Putin for many decades, as well as Colombian drug money. Should be aware of that. And there was a particular lawyer that helped set up Putin? Yeltsin first, because the deal was with Yeltsin originally, in order for the oligarch structure to work. And one of their oligarchs, the thing people say, Panama deal, because of that back taxes and stuff is owing. What you have to understand is, the guy that set up this Trump with Yeltsin Putin to launder money and all these properties, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, was the guy that said, Donald, no, come on. All you're going to do is take royalty payments. Forget about the construction aspect of it, because we got banks that we're laundering this money through. One example is the Deutsche Bank, which, of course, a lot of loans were given to Trump through Deutsche Bank, but, it's laundered money, favorable deals. And it was paid back, which, is pretty rare for Trump to pay anything back. But everything was skewed in his favor right from the get-go. Everybody's taking a cut off the top. They're laundering money. And, like the funds to remove the Ukrainian nuclear articles, they were laundered out. IMF money that was given to help the transition for the people, that was laundered out. Poor Gorbachev was the glamour boy of the West, but, back home, nobody liked him. Because Yeltsin, and then thereafter Putin, made it so tough that Gorbachev looked bad to his own people because they were suffering. These guys raped the land so bad, it gave rise to the Panama Papers, the Paradise Papers, where David Cameron resigned as Prime Minister of the UK, Pandora Papers, and there's so many bank deals they've settled to close indiscretion accounts. Like how many European and North American banks actually had a front office in Panama that, was all shuttered down. You couldn't, windows were all papered up. You couldn't see in, door was locked all the time. You just don't know about these things. So then The Apprentice came along, and Trump did okay by The Apprentice. Even one episode, one guy offered him $250K for a position. Trump took it on the show. I'm sure the producers were somewhat aghast by that move because they said, no, this is part of the show. You can't keep it, Donald. And he might have been irritated by that. But this is what's happened. And in Toronto, there was a Trump hotel condominium complex they set up where Trump gets the royalty and the management deal. But the problem is Trump is so greedy that he ruins all these deals, and the Russian oligarch on the Toronto deal had to use the courts to back out of that deal. And that was every one of the deals was a fiasco for the most part because Trump's so greedy. That's just the way he is. Not a good businessman. He's a crook. He doesn't pay anybody. He stiffs people that are hardworking, regular folks that are contractors. But he's here for us to have an example what not to be like, what not to allow our government, show how corrupt government can be. Like the Elon Musk, the Bezos, the fact that they own the media, all media is owned by them, Fox, like Murdoch, Fox, the manipulation, because there's no transparency of media. You're not getting the truth. And then you're getting foreign interference that's been going on prior to 2016. Your first sign of that was when Paul Manafort was the manager for Trump's campaign. He was the guy that was profiting by putting the puppet of Putin in Ukraine. And then they use the two guys from Ukraine, not a bad couple guys, in order to get rid of the diplomat that was a good diplomat. They were getting rid of the corruptness of Ukraine politics. But Trump et al., they don't work that way. That's why even the Kurds got rid of ISIS for you. As soon as that was done, Trump sold them out in a backroom deal to Turkey so that he could profit. He won't be able to use the Kurds unless he... Now we're Trump in the friggin' saddle, that's for sure. So this is the situation we're in. Now, nonetheless, because of the recent chain of events, I'd like to put a counter offer. I'd put an offer on the table for Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump, if you're interested in purchasing Canada, it's going to cost a base price of $22.95 trillion for the negotiations, $3 trillion non-refundable deposit in order to start conducting negotiations. It'll be based on a 39.5 times earnings potential, Plus, there's going to be a multiple on other factors as well. So with that understanding, anytime you have the $3 trillion to start getting this minutes of agreement together, so a basis of some way of starting to get what you want done, we're ready. Canadians are ready. Cash deal. But you got to pony up the right price, buddy. No cut rate cheap deals for you here. Fair value. So that's where we're at. So that's how you deal with criminals, folks. But then again, I don't know if anybody's actually realized. Started with Trump 1.0, and it's already started with Trump 2.0. That's where Project 2025 comes into play. The disturbing other factor is the Supreme Court, why they had to do an immunity ruling. They've done that to give to Trump, to give him a leapfrog over the 1930-33 Germany situation. So his job's a lot easier. But here's the funny thing about this, going in that direction. A guy like Alito, other people, they may be in a good position now, feel good about themselves. But say Trump lives for another 10 years, 5 years down the road, all of a sudden they could end up like the Justice Department of Germany ended up like. It's dandelion time, guys. And political leaders. Can you believe that? Political leaders? And Trump has immunity to take out his political leaders? Do you see some, the Fourth Reich? The Fourth Reich. The Fourth Reich. Signs are all there. Same thing. 1930 to 1933. People put into the government, vice chancellor, chancellor positions. Vice chancellor thought he was in a good position. But chancellor was moving some of the important pieces around. Himmler just started off as just a cop. Just maybe a chief of police. That's it. Goring, one of the first generals. So all it takes is one general. Also now, Supreme Court, I don't know why the Supreme Court did this. Immunity ruling, like this is just unprecedented. Even in 1930, 1933 Germany, they didn't get away with that till, Adolf got into the position of power because Hindenburg died. So he didn't have to worry about Hindenburg pulling the plug on him. And then he changed and totally dissolved the Constitution. Became dust. It became dust. So the magic Constitution of the USA is definitely in jeopardy. In or about the 20th of January moving forward. So you got a little bit of time maybe to shore things up. Maybe not allow this to happen. Kash Patel. You say this guy's got integrity and character to be in a position? He'd just love to be another friggin' Himmler, only he doesn't realize how he's been manipulated, but that's the direction he's going to go because people just love power. And rather unfortunate. So yeah, Canada's, if the deal's right, we might consider a sale, but as I said, it's going to start at $22.95 trillion, $3 trillion down to start negotiations, non-refundable deposit. It's going to have to be held on the north side of the 49th parallel in trust in order to have any discussions. Furthermore, 39.5 times earnings is going to be baked into it, and another multiple for other projected resource earnings as well. So there you go, guys. Be good. Love and peace. Love and peace. Gonna need it. Going to start, you got this guy, Steve Miller. Going to be rounding up the immigrant, Biden set your country up for a beautiful, beautiful resurgence. His focus was the middle out and then bottom up. Okay, guys? Ben Mycelis, you got that a little bit right. Wrong. Not the bottom up, middle out. Middle out, bottom up after. Ideally, bottom up, middle out would have been the best. But that's the way you're going. And that's the way it's all going. So, what more can I say? What more can I say? God bless America. God bless Canada. We love you all. Take care. Love and peace, folks. Ciao for now.